Hey guys, Mrs. Rodriguez here. This video is for just kind of information. However, if you would like to earn a few extra points, let me know that you watched the video. Let me know what you think of the article that I'm about to read you. We have a celebration coming up. When I was a child, first day of May was always called May Day, and we made a May pole and you did this weaving, and it was just like a celebration of spring. There was also May 5th. Now, my parents never celebrated it. They said they didn't know enough about it and it didn't really make a whole lot of difference to them. However, because I'm curious, I thought it would be nice to know really what May 5th was. I know that the 16th of September is Mexico's independence from Spain, but the 5th of May has always been a mystery to me. So I found this kind of cool article. I will provide you with the link at the end of the video, so make sure you look for that. But this gives you some information. I know you're seeing a lot of commercials come up, and sadly, it's turned into kind of like a drinking celebration. I know that's something that happens as we're adults and stuff, but it would be nice to know what's behind that history so you guys are better informed, because I love to inform you guys and I love learning things with you guys. So here we go. Alrighty. This was an article I found on history.com. It says Cinco de Mayo, or the 5th of May, is a holiday that celebrates the date of the Mexican Army's May 5th, 1862 victory over France at the Battle of Puebla during the Franco-Mexican War. The day, which falls on Tuesday, May 5th in 2020, is also known as the Battle of Puebla Day. While it is a relatively minor holiday in Mexico, in the United States, Cinco de Mayo has evolved into a commemoration of Mexican culture, heritage, and particularly in areas with large Mexican-American populations. Cinco de Mayo is not Mexican Independence Day, a popular misconception. Instead, it commemorates a single battle in 1861. Benito Juarez, a lawyer and member of the indigenous Zapotec tribe, was elected president of Mexico. At the time, the country was in financial ruin after years of internal strife, and the new president was forced to default on debt payments to European governments. In response, France, Britain, and Spain sent naval forces to Veracruz, Mexico. Depending on repayment, Britain and Spain negotiated with Mexico and withdrew their forces. France, however, ruled by Napoleon III, decided to use the opportunity to carve an empire out of Mexican territory late in 1861. A well-armed French fleet stormed Veracruz, landing on a large force of troops and driving President Juarez and his government into retreat. The Battle of Puebla, certain that success would come swiftly, 6,000 French troops under General Charles Latreille de Lorens sent out to attack Puebla de Los Angeles, a small town in east central Mexico. From his new headquarters in the north, Juarez rounded up a ragtag force of 2,000 loyal men, and many of them either indigenous Mexicans or of mixed ancestry, and sent them to Puebla. The vastly outnumbered and poorly supplied Mexicans, led by Texas-born General Ignacio Zaragoza, fortified the town and prepared for the French assault. On May 5, 1862, Lorenzes gathered his army, supported by heavy artillery, before the city of Puebla and led an assault. The battle lasted from daybreak to early evening, and when the French finally retreated, they had lost nearly 500 soldiers. Fewer than 100 Mexicans had been killed. Although not a major strategic win in the overall war against the French, Zaragoza's success at the Battle of Puebla on May 5th represented a great symbolic victory of the Mexican-American government and bolstered the resistance movement. In 1867, thanks in part to military support and political pressure from the United States, which was finally in a position to aid its besieged neighbor after the end of the Civil War, France finally withdrew. The same year, Australian Archduke Ferdinand Maximilian, who had been installed as Emperor of Mexico in 1864 by Napoleon, was captured and executed by Juarez's forces. Pueblo de Los Angeles was renamed for General Zaragoza, who died of typhoid fever months after his historic triumph here. Within Mexico, Cinco de Mayo is primarily observed in the state of Puebla, where Zaragoza's unlikely victory occurred. Although other parts of the country also take part in the celebration, traditions include military parades, recreations of the Battle of the Puebla, and other festive events. For many Mexicans, however, May 5th is a day like any other. It's not a federal holiday, so offices, banks, and stores remain open. In the United States, Cinco de Mayo is widely interpreted as a celebration of Mexican culture and heritage, particularly in areas with substantial Mexican American populations. Chicano activists raised awareness of the holiday in the 1960s, in part because they identified with the victory of indigenous Mexicans such as Juarez over European invaders during the Battle of Puebla. Today, revelers mark the occasion with parades, parties, mariachi music, Mexican folk dancing, and traditional foods such as tacos and mole poblano. Since some of the largest festivals are held in Los Angeles, Chicago, and Houston. So, there is more on the article. It talks about the confusion with Mexican Independence Day, but we already covered that, which is on the 16th of September. Totally different holiday. So do not get those confused, and we all are better for the knowing, right? Thanks. Have a great day, guys. Stay healthy, and I miss you, of course.